In the top stories, St. Kitts and Nevis records 25 more cases. Prime Minister announces more restrictive measures to curb spread of COVID-19. And officials say St. Kitts and Nevis will only use WHO-approved vaccines. The details on these stories and more after the break.
In your formative years, we were there. When you got the good news and the bad, we were right there with you. Through all your great adventures, we were always right by your side. Now that life has thrown us a curveball, we are still here. And as we navigate this difficult period, the SKCCU will continue to be there for you and your family to help you through. We will assist you in safely and efficiently accessing your funds through our digital platforms, online banking, mobile banking, ATMs, and even our drive-through services. We can get through this together with responsible financial decisions by making food and medication a priority, practicing proper hygiene, maintaining social distancing, and constant prayer.
We're here for you.
We're still here.
We will get through this together.
SKCCU will continue to be your financial partner for life.
Hey, man, I just can't believe that.
Yo, sweet boy, what you really crying for?
Why you see me crying, boy? My man crying. I just see her thinking about that girl. I think she cheating on me, you know.
You lie.
Boy, for real. A couple of weeks ago, right? She come telling me how I'm too sweet and that I just make she belly roll and I got her thighs rubbing. What is that?
No, man.
But yes. Look, she tell me, right, that we need some time apart. To be honest, I wasn't too concerned about that because you know how the girls and them, they're addicted to me sweetness. But then I see she the other day and the girl looking so good, looking so fresh and so lean.
Boy, you sure she addicted to you?
But yes. But wait. Look at her. Come. Hide. Boy, come hide now. Oh, I can't believe. But is that what going on? Really? Why you got to say for yourself?
Drink some water, share some love. Tell your body you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell somebody you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell your body you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell somebody, hey.
Without limits, happy and free. The skin you're in with no apology. The one to seize the day. Grab an LLB. Live, love, be. With LLB. Live, love, be. Live, love, be. Be who you know you can be. Grab an LLB. Live, love, be. Angostura, lemon, lime and bitters. Live, love, be.
Trustworthy, secure, reliable, and responsive. These are just some of the words customers use to describe their experience with the Bank of Nevis Limited. And after 35 years of delivering excellent customer service and honoring our corporate social responsibilities in the island of Nevis, we are finally in St. Kitts. Come and experience why we're not just another option. We are the standard. Bond strong.
Are you looking for today's best architectural designs, appraisals, estimates, or even project management? Then look no further than Trevor Freights and Associates. Our designs are amazing. You'll be so satisfied with your work, you will tell others all about us. Visit TrevorFreights.com today. Located at New Road on St. Kitts, with over 20 years in the industry, we strive to provide the utmost superior quality of service to all our valued customers. Call our expert staff at 465-8184 or 662-5184 and see what we can do for you. That's Trevor, FRAITES.com. You decide, we design.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. Over the course of 24 hours, St. Kitts and Nevis has recorded 25 more confirmed positive COVID-19 cases, bringing the national total to 119. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hazel Laws made the announcement on Tuesday's edition of Leadership Matters.
Last evening, we recorded 19 additional cases of COVID-19, and today, we received positive results for an additional 6 cases. These 25 cases bring the total of COVID-19 confirmed cases to 119, 119, with 105 cases for St. Kitts and 14 cases for Nevis. We have registered 53 recoveries so far and 4 hospitalizations. Ladies and gentlemen, all 4 patients are stable. There are no COVID-19 related deaths. I repeat, there are no COVID-19 related deaths.
Dr. Laws said there are now 66 active cases. She also gave some details on a few of the most recent cases, including one being a super spreader.
The most recent cases include 1 imported case from the Dominican Republic and 1 case from the Tyrrell Williams Primary School, which is now cleared from an outbreak at this time. 1 case in particular is also responsible for transmitting the virus to 9 contacts. Such a case is referred to as a super spreader. A significant number of the recent cases are involved in the gaming sector. Approximately 7 entities have been impacted through the contact tracing process.
Dr. Laws said more than 1,400 persons have been interviewed through the Ministry of Health's contact tracing exercise, which is ongoing. Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris has announced additional restrictions aimed to help reduce the spread of COVID-19 in the wake of the recent spike of cases. During Tuesday night's edition of Leadership Matters, the Prime Minister said the government is encouraging persons to work from home if possible.
That is, those workers who have and institutions which have the capacity to should be allowed to work from home. This, of course, will reduce the numbers at the workplace at this crucial period of time.
He said if they can, persons should use online shopping over the next 2 to 4 weeks.
The benefit of this is that we will avoid overcrowding in our supermarkets and other commercial spaces, and therefore help to contain the spread of the deadly virus.
The Prime Minister also said movement should be limited to essential purposes only.
And these include grocery shopping, going to seek medical care, pharmacy, going to the bank, and of course going to work in those cases where the stay-at-home option is not applicable. We discourage non-essential movement like partying and liming on the strip and any other mass events.
He said churches and bars should adjust operations in keeping with the COVID-19 Prevention and Control Act. Persons in quarantine as a result of the extensive contact tracing process in St. Kitts and Nevis who are due to get a second shot of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine have been assured that their vaccination schedule will not be interrupted. Medical Chief of Staff at the Joseph N. France General Hospital, Dr. Cameron Wilkinson, shared the news during the question and answer segment at the special NEOC COVID-19 briefing on Monday.
If you happen to be one of those persons who are in quarantine, which means that you need to stay in place where you are, you can reach out to us. You can call the 311 and we'll make sure that one of the nurses come properly attired so that they can give you your vaccination.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hazel Laws noted that there are 570 persons in quarantine from contact tracing. The process has been extremely successful as 1,440 were interviewed. Since then, 870 persons were released with negative results. Persons are encouraged to get vaccinated to help flatten the second curve of COVID-19. Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris said the government is committed to ensuring the highest level of safety and protection for its citizens and residents in the use of COVID-19 vaccines, and as such it will consent to the use of vaccines that have been granted approval for emergency use by the World Health Organization (WHO). The Prime Minister was responding to a question posed by a caller on the latest edition of Leadership Matters on Tuesday regarding the government's decision to authorize the use of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine in St. Kitts and Nevis instead of other vaccines.
We have a vaccine that is used by the majority of countries around the world, big and large, and people are asking for what is not yet available. The best vaccine is the one that you have, and we have one that has been tested and is widely used. And when we made the judgment call, we were advised that it was best suited for our region.
Dr. Harris stated that his government is one that is guided by science and relies on information provided by reputable entities such as the World Health Organization that has been at the forefront in the fight against the deadly virus. On Tuesday's program, in response to suggestions of using Cuban-developed vaccines, Prime Minister Harris read aloud a letter he received from the Embassy of Cuba, whose vaccines are yet to be given the green light by the WHO.
Cuba has 5 COVID-19 vaccine candidates, that are what they are, candidates, still awaiting approval. This is what the ambassador is saying, still awaiting approval. They are as follows: Mambisa, still awaiting approval, no approval for its use. Abdallah, still awaiting approval. Soberana 1, still awaiting approval. Soberana 2, still awaiting approval. Soberana Plus, still awaiting approval.
To date, the World Health Organization has listed 7 COVID-19 vaccines for emergency use. They are Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, 2 AstraZeneca Oxford COVID-19 vaccines, one produced by AstraZeneca SK Bio, Republic of Korea, and the other by the Serum Institute of India. The vaccine developed by Janssen, Johnson & Johnson, the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine, the Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccine, and the recently approved Sinovac COVID vaccine. As the nation's roll-up to roll-out vaccination campaign continues, we now take a look at the latest vaccination report. After the break, Federation still experiencing drought-like conditions, and Prime Minister Harris commends work of the ECCB.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop
standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your national bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Yo! You look like the dude who was shopping at furniture and appliances.
See, my friend, you look like you buy something from the Ashley Home Store.
How you know?
Because we get the cashback coupons and the free groceries for a year!
Cashback is back at Horsford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture. Shop now and get a chance to win free groceries for 1 year.
Flow Broadband and TV is packed with even more value as you get a free Samsung tablet, free installation, and 50% off your bill for 3 months when you sign up now. Yes, a free Samsung tablet. Power all you do at home with up to 100 megabits per second super fast broadband. Plus, stay HD entertained with Flow TV. Stream, share, and do more on your new free tablet, which will also keep you connected on the go with ease. Sign up at a Flow store today. Conditions apply.
The St. Kitts and Nevis Chamber of Industry and Commerce would like to remind persons when patronizing businesses to abide by the following COVID-19 guidelines to protect employees, customers, and our community. Urge employers to check employees and customers with a non-contact head thermometer on arrival to a business place. It's mandatory that employees wear a face mask when at work and in the presence of others. No customers will be permitted to enter an establishment without a face mask. Encourage both employees and customers to wash their hands with soap and water or sanitize their hands with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer of at least 60% alcohol when entering a building, after interacting with customers, and throughout the day. Remember to maintain 6 feet physical and social distancing. Consider installing barriers such as sneeze guards or partitions in high traffic areas to limit close contact between employees and customers. Clean and disinfect highly touched surfaces such as doorknobs, telephones, cash registers, bathrooms, tables, and countertops regularly throughout the day. Offer e-commerce services or curbside pickup options wherever possible. Encourage good hygiene practices among staff and customers by posting signs and posters in the business place. For more information and tips to consider, visit www.covid19.gov.kn.
Welcome back. The Federation has had consistent rainfall for the past 2 days, but that does not mean we are out of the woods when it comes to a recent drought warning. That is according to geologist and assistant water engineer at the Water Services Department, Ryan Phillip, who was speaking on ZIZ Radio's Fire and Rescue Services show on Tuesday.
What I would want to let the general public know is that this isn't an all clear for us to, increase our consumption and go crazy, because we're still in drought-like conditions. 2 to 3 days of rainfall won't take us out of what we were terming the water crisis.
He said the country would need months of rain to return to normalcy. Philip recommended several water conservation methods, such as repairing leaks in toilets and not using a hose to wash vehicles. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, has lauded the work of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECB, in keeping the currency union safe. Prime Minister Harris spoke to the contribution of the ECCB over the last 15 months of the pandemic as an instrument of public policy. The bank was particularly helpful in providing special relief for mortgage payments to commercial banks. Prime Minister Harris said as part of this special relief, a 21-month moratorium was granted to eligible persons. Dr. Harris was at the time speaking during a brief introductory meeting with members of a committee of 5 to shortlist persons for consideration of the post of Deputy Governor of the ECCB. The committee is headed by Dr. Robertine Chatterton. The International Carnival Committee, the National Carnival Committee in St. Kitts and Nevis, after 4 weeks have amassed 180 entries for the slogan competition that were submitted by 80 participants. According to a press release issued by the committee, the slogan, when finally chosen, will be used as part of the promotions for the celebration of the 50th anniversary of Carnival, scheduled for December to January. In the release, the chair of the National Carnival Committee, Shannon Hawley, said, quote, "We are looking for something creative, concise and catchy, and something that captures the rhythmic flavor of our Carnival festivities." She explained, however, that her team is still working hard to define the type of celebration that would be possible, but the final decision would be guided by the prevailing COVID-19 situation. The winner, when selected in the coming weeks, will be presented with a cash prize of $500. And finally, on the local scene, the police department has issued an update on a recent road closure notice. In a statement issued on Wednesday, the traffic department announced that the stretch of road from the roundabout at the top of College Street Gut to the roundabout near Gillard's gas station will be closed from 7 a.m. on Thursday until 8 a.m. on Friday. No vehicles will be allowed to access this stretch of road during that specific time. The disruption of the flow of traffic will allow new generation engineering to excavate and install safely the 11,000 volt cables for the Bayford's electrical upgrade project. Coming up in regional news, SVG recognizes local medicinal cannabis products. The details when we come back.
To Horsford's this Father's Day weekend, June 16th to Saturday 19th for their Big Daddy 4-day weekend sale. 25% off store-wide. Don't miss it.
Daddy! So what? We love you, Daddy!
If it's tech, we got it. If it's an appliance, we've got that too. Dad, if you want it, you should get it this Father's Day at Quartz. Quartz has unbeatable prices, up to 30% off selected products. So whatever you want, you should get it. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
And we're moving now to news on the regional scene. On Monday, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Agriculture Minister, Honorable Sabato ZIZ, commended a locally owned and operated company, Medicinal, for its recent launch of medicinal cannabis products. The list of items launched by Medicinal includes lotions and tinctures. Honorable Sabato ZIZ noted that St. Vincent and the Grenadines has an established and fast-maturing platform for the production of medicinal cannabis and encouraged persons to continue research efforts. This comes as the island has decided to establish a modern medicinal industry that includes production of raw materials from plants and fungi and processing of raw material for the food and pharmaceutical industry. As many cultivators have been affected by ashfall from the eruptions of La Soufrière, several major commercial operators have established vigorous cleaning operations to restart production post-eruptions. Former PAHO WHO country representative Dr. William Akudro strongly recommends that until herd immunity is achieved among Guyana's adult population, school doors should remain shut to safeguard the children. Tamika Rodney reports.
While confirmation regarding whether a new COVID-19 variant is present in Guyana has not been made, the persistent rise in new infections and fatalities is enough reason for the nation's schools to remain closed until herd immunity is achieved. The view of former PAHO WHO country representative Dr. William Adukro.
If we get vaccines close, or if we get herd immunity, then our children can go to school. Pure and simple. If we get herd immunity, it means we have enough immunity within the community, within the population, that our children can go to school without being adversely affected too much.
Herd immunity requires 60 to 80% of the adult population being immunized against COVID-19. With a population of approximately 500,000 persons eligible for the vaccines, 60% would necessitate 300,000 of those individuals receiving the jabs. To date, a mere 15.6% or 77,980 persons have been fully vaccinated against the virus locally. Nonetheless, Education Minister Priya Manikchand has announced the possible reopening of schools in September, provided that more persons access the life-saving jabs.
We expect, therefore, to be able to reopen schools in September of 2021 to every grade level, and we will work very hard to make sure that happens.
The minister has also stated on numerous occasions that her decision with regards to the definite reopening of schools will be guided by the Ministry of Health and, more specifically, the COVID-19 Task Force. Dr. Dukro further recommended that more efforts should be placed in encouraging parents to access the jabs. However, on the Ministry of Education's part, there are safe measures that can be implemented if there is absolute need for children to return to the classrooms.
Instead of having all the children come and close at, say, 2 p.m., some come in the morning, half come in the morning, and half come in the afternoon. I mean, it's a lot of work for the teachers. They have to teach twice or get double the number of teachers. So that is a lot on the teachers or a lot on the Ministry of Education. But those are some of the measures that we can do.
Schools were ordered closed on March 13th of last year, 2 days after the first case of COVID-19 was identified. On November 9th, Cabinet gave approval for the resumption of face-to-face engagements for students of grades 10, 11, and 12. Tamika Rodney reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Coming up, U.S. President embarks on 8-day trip in Europe, starting with G7 summit. Stay with us.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
It's time to scratch and match
with Digicel. Collect scratch cards when you top up $20 or more at any Digicel reseller or store, or pay your phone or home and internet bill in full. Scratch and match. Get 2 or more of the same digital app and you win a prize. It's that simple. Win cash, credit, vouchers, lunches, spa dates, Digicel merchandise, and more. Plus, take the top half of your scratch cards to any of our retail stores to qualify for even more prizes in the big draw. Stay tuned to our social media pages to find out how to double or even triple your chances to scratch and match. Top up or pay your bill today. Get scratching, get matching. Digicel, better together.
Welcome back. Joe Biden left on the first foreign trip of his presidency on Wednesday, touting the strong transatlantic alliance ahead of summits with G7 European and NATO partners, then a face-to-face with Russia's Vladimir Putin. A 30-year-old woman who impersonated her 13-year-old daughter at school has been arrested. She was charged with suspicion of criminal trespassing, tampering with government records, and an unrelated traffic violation. Here's more.
Do I look like a 7th grader? No? Cool. Awesome.
A 30-year-old woman was arrested after she impersonated her 13-year-old daughter at school.
Oh my goodness. I am gonna get so caught. I'm actually really scared now. I'm literally on the campground of a middle school.
Casey Garcia donned a yellow Marvel hoodie and even dyed her hair darker in order to look more like her daughter, a student in 7th grade. Then she says using her daughter's student ID number, she went to school.
I then said hello to the principal, and then I spoke to another faculty member, and then I went to all my classes. I even ate lunch without a mask.
Garcia says teachers were more concerned about the fact that she had her phone out and that it took until the last class of the day for someone to recognize she wasn't her daughter.
I wanted to see if I could make it the entire day without anybody noticing. And I'd say up until 7th period, I think that's a very long day for a 30-year-old.
On her YouTube channel, Garcia says she was not intending to embarrass the school.
Well, I finally got caught. I told them that I would go to the principal's office.
But to test campus security and shed light on a bigger issue.
We have a problem. There have been one too many mass shootings in schools, elementary schools, colleges, high schools. That is disgusting to think of, that this could have been prevented just by putting metal detectors and more security. Yes, sir. How can I help?
El Paso County Sheriff's deputies arrested Garcia 2 days after she posted the video of her at school, an interaction that she also recorded and posted online.
What made you guys come down?
Oh.
Besides the viral video.
They sent us to come. You have a traffic warrant, so that's why we're here, man.
Besides the unrelated traffic warrant, Casey Garcia was charged with suspicion of criminal trespassing and tampering with government records. She has been released after posting bond. In a statement to KTSM, the San Elizario Independent School District Superintendent said, while there was a breach in security by an individual associated as a parent with the school, we want to assure you that our security measures are being reviewed and evaluated. Casey Garcia also told KTSM, I spent the day in police custody, but my question still remains, are our children safe in our schools?
We need better security at our schools. This is what I tried to prove. And I don't mean to be curt, but I kind of feel like I proved it.
Joe Biden left on the first foreign trip of his presidency on Wednesday, touting the strong transatlantic alliance ahead of summits with G7, European and NATO partners, then a face-to-face with Russia's Vladimir Putin.
Embarking on his first overseas trip as president, Joe Biden stated his goal for his European tour.
Strengthening the alliance, make it clear to Putin and to China that Europe and the United States are tight. And the G7 is going to move.
Bolstering the transatlantic ties strained by his predecessor. That's a major part of Biden's vision to reassert the United States on the world stage as a beacon of democracy and to push back against the rising forces of authoritarianism. First stop, the UK, where the coronavirus pandemic will feature high on the agenda at a G7 summit. The US president says he will propose a plan for improving the global distribution of COVID vaccines. From there, he will fly to Brussels for summits with the NATO military alliance, which Donald Trump threatens to pull out of, and with the European Union, seeking to end a damaging trade war with the bloc. He also aims to convince his European partners that he will deliver on his climate promises. Last but not least, Biden is set to meet Vladimir Putin in Geneva next week. It comes after a major cyber attack on Colonial Pipeline, blamed on hackers operating out of Russia. Moscow has already set the tone for potentially frosty talks.
We have no high expectations or illusions that there will be any breakthroughs. As we say, it takes two to tango. If one is breakdancing, it becomes more difficult.
Lavrov warned the White House should carefully consider Russia's interests and red lines before taking action and learn from what he called their mistakes.
Up next in sports, St. Kitts Nevis to face El Salvador and Brazil's players against Copa America but won't boycott. Stay with us.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
I took the vaccine because I want the in-person audience experience at Sugar Mass 50.
I took the vaccine because I want to be performing with all my peoples on Ultra Truck this year for Carnival.
I get vaccinated because I want to be on the road for Sugar Mass 50.
The reason I chose to be vaccinated because of my profession as an entertainer was to have a safer Boyta Carnival.
I am DJ Flames and I got vaccinated because I want Sugar Mass 50 to be greater than ever.
I took the vaccine because I miss entertaining thousands of people and I miss hosting my own events. See you at Sugar Mass 50. Boom.
Get vaccinated quickly to turn up Sugar Mass 50.
First up in sports, St. Kitts and Nevis will face El Salvador on Saturday at the Warner Park in the first of a home and away series in the Qatar 2022 World Cup qualifiers. Andre Huey, media consultant to the SKNFA, has more.
St. Kitts and Nevis lost 2-0 to Trinidad and Tobago in World Cup qualifying action on Tuesday in the Dominican Republic. That was a consolation win for the Soca Warriors, who were already eliminated prior to the match due to a 0-0 draw with the Bahamas on the weekend. The Sugar Boys will next do battle with El Salvador on Saturday at the Warner Park in the first of a home and away series in the next round of World Cup qualifying. That is to vie for a spot to the final round. The other results on Tuesday in CONCACAF World Cup qualifying saw Guyana losing 2-0 to Puerto Rico. That match played at the Warner Park in Bastille. St. Vincent and the Grenadines losing to Cuba 1-0. Haiti defeating Nicaragua 1-0. Montserrat edging Grenada 2-1. Curacao and Guatemala coming to a 0-0 draw. Barbados and Dominica came to a 1-1 draw. El Salvador defeating Antigua and Barbuda 3-0. Bermuda and Cayman Islands settled for a 1-1 draw. Canada crushing Suriname 4-0. And Panama getting past the Dominican Republic 3-0. After those results, the teams to advance to the next round joining St. Kitts and Nevis are El Salvador, Canada, Haiti, and Panama. On June 12th, St. Kitts and Nevis will face El Salvador at the Warner Park in the first of a home and away series. Haiti will play Canada and Panama will take on Curacao. The return leg of those matches will be played on June 15th.
Brazil's national footballers said Tuesday they are against hosting the troubled Copa America, but will not boycott the tournament. The regional championship is being organized on Brazilian soil in a last-minute pandemic-defying rush after organizers withdrew it from Argentina over a COVID-19 surge.
As Sunday's Copa America opener in Brazil looms large, preparations are far from perfect. The tournament comes shrouded in a cloud of uncertainty amidst alarming COVID figures, with close to 500,000 Brazilians dead from the virus. Several players and staff took to social media on Tuesday, airing their dissatisfaction with footballing body CONMEBOL for bringing the tournament to Brazil, after Colombia and Argentina had pulled out. National team captain Marquinhos, however, later allayed fears that the Seleção would refuse to play altogether.
Eu creio que cada tem a sua opinião, né? Acho que todos têm a liberdade de se expressar politicamente. Creio que não vem ao caso nesse momento, né? Ainda mais com a camisa da seleção brasileira, se isso cada
Earlier on Tuesday, Brazil's Health Minister Marcelo Queiroga defended his government's choice to host the 10-nation tournament while providing guarantees for players' safety.
Para os atletas não vejo, sinceramente, com base nas evidências que temos, com base nessa relação da Confederação Brasileira de Futebol, risco adicional. Os atletas também podem se contaminar com Covid fora do futebol.
The country's Supreme Court now says it will rule on Thursday on 2 requests to block the Copa America from taking place. Both cases have been brought to the court by opposition bodies to far-right President Jair Bolsonaro, a staunch advocate for the Games to be held in Brazil and a major skeptic against COVID safety measures. For now, tournament matches are set to go ahead without fans, while routine testing and restrictions on movement will take place throughout the month-long event.
And that's it for sports. When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
The Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honourable Timothy Harris, wants to alert the public about fake Facebook and social media accounts that are circulating. These sites may look genuine, but they're not. These fake sites may use the Prime Minister's photo and name, but their only intention is to spread misinformation through false and scandalous information. Some of these pages are scams and will attempt to dupe you out of money. Do not trust them. You can find the real Prime Minister Harris on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by searching for his official handle, which is @PMHarrisKN. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages that claim to be the Prime Minister's but do not have PMHarrisKN right after the / are fake accounts. These should be reported to the respective social media sites. You can also report fake social media accounts to presssec@gov.kn. That's PRESSEC@gov.kn. Facebook has verified Prime Minister Harris's official page by placing a white check mark inside a blue circle next to the Prime Minister's name, Dr. the Honourable Timothy Harris. This blue circle appears just above @PMHarrisKN. Also, be alert. If the person claiming to be either the Prime Minister or another government official asks you for money through instant messenger, direct message, or any other means, this is a scam and not a real charity. This public service announcement was produced in order to help you be an informed social media user. Protect yourself and help spread the message.
And we're wrapping up with a recap of the top stories. St. Kitts and Nevis records 25 more cases. Prime Minister announces more restrictive measures to curb spread of COVID-19. And officials say St. Kitts and Nevis will only use WHO-approved vaccines. And that's the end of the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Caleb Barrage. Goodbye.